Hello everyone, thanks for joining. It's a pleasure for me to be presenting today at the Mobile DevOps Summit. I'm Sergi La Laguna, Product Manager for Mobile Lighthouse at Nestlé, our mobile platform. Let me tell you what we do. We're a product team of 10 people only who take care of all consumer-facing mobile apps that we have at Nestlé. 2,000 brands in almost 200 markets, so building a mobile app is not an easy thing. However, I want to tell you how we are helping our businesses and markets to deliver 6 times faster from a quarterly release, so for per year, to bi-weekly releases. So I wish I had found this platform when I came to Nestlé. Let me tell you how this started. So I joined Nestlé 6 years ago as delivery manager, responsible for building the Nescafé Dolce Gusto app. I was super excited to be leading the development of one of our strategic apps, integrating an e-commerce, connected machines, and a loyalty program. So it was quite a challenge. So the development phase was massive due to the app complexity. But well, finally, the development was almost done. So business was asking me for a possible publication date. Hey Sergi, how can it be published? When do you think we can get this application published in the stores? So when clarifying the next steps, I discovered dozens of additional stages that we had to go through. So every week there was something new delaying the publication. So besides building the app and to sign the release candidate with the Nestlé certificates, etc., app distribution, then there were additional stages like, well, a formal QA certification, market approval, security scan, both SAST and DAST, dependency scanning, cloud assessment, API scanning, compliance checks, and then, well, the App Store localization with the screenshot management, etc. So there were many dependencies delaying the lead time, involving external teams. So how could I know when the app would be ready to be published? Actually, there was a 50-page Word document describing the process, but no one had read it. It was just listing those stages together with the corresponding ticket request and an SLA of days. I remember more than 1 week for many of them. So as you can imagine, I was feeling really anxious. How will I explain this to business? So guess how long it took us to build and finally publish this mobile app? 2 years. And it was at that moment that I realized that we, the mobile team, were asking all the teams that develop apps for Nestlé to learn the very long and complex process. Can you imagine how massive the cognitive load was? So, well, we sat down together, the mobile team, in a room because this deserved a post-mortem. How can we streamline the process? And this is what I'm going to tell you today. I'm going to tell you how we have accelerated the time to market and reduced the cognitive load without changing the process, but its implementation. So we have created a self-service platform that allows our businesses and markets to manage the entire mobile app lifecycle in one place. No more slides. It was just for the intro. So show and let me present you Mobile Lighthouse. And let me start with the product vision. So we want to help our businesses and markets to continuously satisfy consumer and business needs by accelerating time to market. How did we do? How have we achieved that, accelerating time to market? Well, we have tried many things, and we have been learning really valuable lessons and I want to share them with you in case they can also help you on this journey. So I'm going to start with what I think is the most important. So the first lesson that we have learned is customer obsession. We want to convert such a complex process that I was mentioned before into a beautiful and user-friendly experience. So we did a lot of product discovery involving our users. Who were our users? Well, the app owners and the engineers working on those app teams. Yes, engineers can also be users. So we thought that we had to master the as is to be able to approach the to be. So we had to deep dive into every single stage of the mobile end-to-end lifecycle for understanding what the pain points were and also to measure their lead time. And I have a very good example created by my friend Gustavo. Let me show it to you. So here we can see the mobile end-to-end process from the onboarding to measure learning how to evolve the product, and in some cases even the commissioning it. If we go into one section, for instance, the security part, we can see that there are multiple stakeholders involved. We were listing the different tasks that they had to do and measuring the lead time. And as you can see here, well, there is one task that is taking 10 days. What's this? This is the app owner. So we are asking the market, the app owner, to request a security assessment to another team that is security, and this is taking 10 days. But after 10 days, what we are going to get is just the results. We are not fixing anything here, and there will be some vulnerability raised for sure. So this is just a very weak example of something that we did in terms of customer obsession, that is to understand what the user needs are. So we were writing down everything to know what their main problems were, so that we can solve them in an automated way for reducing the lead time and accelerating time to market, our goal. So let's go with the second lesson that we have been learning on this journey. Convenience trumps everything. So let me start with a question. How can this cognitive load be low if my work as an app owner requires using 20 plus different tools? Source code repository, artifact repository, continuous integration toolchain, static source code analyzer, security tool, the stores, performance monitoring, analytics, reporting, you name it, there are many. We are wasting time just asking for accesses, but not only for me, for the app owner, it's for every team member. And this go through ticket requests with SLAs, etc. This is taking time. So what I wanted to say with convenience trumps everything is that if we had a one-stop shop integrating all actions needed to manage the end-to-end of my mobile app, I could do my work faster, and I wouldn't be interested at all in accessing these different tools. I can do what I need to do by using this platform. And well, this is Mobile Lighthouse. Coming back to the process before that I was explaining at the beginning, my experience with Dolce Gusto. The process wasn't quite efficient, right? It took 2 years to conclude the development and also to go through all these compliance checks and the different stages. So we had to automate things, and this would bring us to the third lesson that we have learned. Operational excellence through intelligent automation. So we can save time automating those repetitive and manual tasks that take us a lot of time and we don't like to do. So what have we automated? Well, before starting the development of an app, we need to onboard it into our platform, meaning to allocate the development infrastructure for the app team to work. So to create the source code repository for both iOS and Android, continuous integrations, continuous delivery pipelines, the different projects needed in the different tools that we have integrated, the store entries, etc. How was it working before? The app owner had to create a ticket request that took 10 days to be completed. And now, the development infrastructure is created by clicking one button. This is a very good example of intelligent automation. But there are more. So app teams are also saving time because they now have at their disposal a set of compliant by design services and libraries for their needs. So they don't need to look for a new cloud solution and to make it compliant. They are pre-configured in the mobile starter kit. That project template that is automatically pushed to the source code repository once created and are ready to use. Another example, building a new app version has never been simple. And now it's so easy as clicking a button. So you don't need to install the different SDKs required in your machine to build and create a new app version. Even business can now create a new release candidate and share it through TestFlight and Google Play with the different stakeholders. So all this is now done through Mobile Lighthouse. And let me show it to you in action. So this is the release candidate section where we can select a commit that has been pushed by the app team and create a version from that commit. Here I can select the list. By the way, another example of intelligent automation. We are guiding the teams through the process without them noticing it. The platform doesn't allow the user to create an app version from a commit with quality issues or a significant technical debt. We have saved date with that. Do you see this green light? This means that this is a valid commit and I can create a new version from it. If it was red, that would mean that there are some issues and the create button will remain disabled. And the app team needs to address these issues first. In the past, the support team had to check the source code quality manually before creating a new app version, manually too. So now, well, we can create a release candidate, so we put the version number. If I click on create, a new version will appear below after few minutes. And yeah, when it's appeared here, means that it's created. I can see the build status and I can distribute it from here. I'm managing also the test groups from Mobile Lighthouse. These test groups are created in App Store Connect, so this is linked with TestFlight, so I can share this version with these stakeholders from Mobile Lighthouse, so I don't need to leave the tool for doing that. What else? More intelligent automation. So we saw when analyzing the end-to-end process that once an app version has been created, the app team had to create a ticket request to send this version to security and to wait for 10 days to get the result, right? It wasn't much efficient. This has changed. So we now own mobile security and have been able to shift left on security and compliance so that vulnerabilities are solved sooner and faster. So the app team can create as many app versions as they want, as you can see, as I was trying to demo here from this section. And our security tool automatically scans each one and the results appear within few hours. So they don't have to remember to request the security process. The platform does it implicitly. It's the same example that I was saying before. You are following the process without noticing it. So here we have, last version is 4.10, right? It was created on 24th. Now let's go to security, and let's see what was the scan results for the last version that was sent to be scanned. We can see that the scan is green. It passed. Author has 8 findings, but low severity. We are good. And we can see here that the version number is 4.10, the same one, and it was scanned on 24th. So the exact same day. We got the results in few hours instead of waiting for 10 days. These frequent scans are allowing the app teams to anticipate any vulnerability and avoid a higher resolution cost at the end of the development, because we all know that the cost is going to be higher at the end. And this is bringing us to the 4th lesson that we have learned. Don't be afraid to break the rules. Sometimes, to be able to improve on the status quo, you have to go full stack. So to enable a continuous deployment way of working for mobile apps, you must achieve the full verticalization of the operational structure, removing external dependencies, as these are typically the most time-consuming tasks. The public section is also a good example of automation and cognitive load reduction. We cannot give access to the different app teams building apps for Nestlé to publish them. Imagine that we give access to the app teams to manage their apps directly in the stores, and they remove other apps by mistake, or they publish a new version that is not compliant. So previously, app teams had to create a ticket request, attaching the app binary and store metadata, and there was a lot of back and forth. So the screenshots were invalid, the attached binary had not been scanned by security, there were pending security vulnerabilities to be solved, etc. So now our platform takes care of that complexity. And again, you are following the process without noticing it. So the request publication button that you can see here is disabled. It remains disabled until you select a valid release candidate. So if I open the drop-down list, I can select the latest release candidates that have been created, and there is a green flag. But it could be red, meaning that there are security issues. So if I select one release candidate in red, the request publication button will remain disabled. I can only request publication for a valid release candidate, a release candidate that has passed all the previous checks, the quality checks. So besides those guardrails for you to follow the process, this is accelerating time to market, because the binary is uploaded automatically to a corresponding store when clicking this button, the request publication, together with the store metadata, that information that is in the App Store or Google Play. And even the Apple review is requested automatically. So in 24 hours, if I click the request publication, this release candidate should be ready to go live. And this exact same front end works for both iOS and Android. So this button works for pushing a release candidate to App Store Connect or to Google Play. There are more automations. Can't request the publication because the store metadata is missing. Well, the app team can now manage the metadata from this section. So let me select, for instance, the Spanish language. So here I can change the what's new, description, etc. and I can see what the live screenshots are, and I can upload new screenshots if needed. And we can see also the live ones. Last but not least, measure and learn. So the app teams require app insights to evolve their applications, and that's the reason we have built our mobile performance center. Let me go through it. If I click here, I'll see the performance data for Nescafé Dolce Gusto. I prefer to show you the take a tour with anonymized data. So it's a very simple report that collects all relevant KPIs to make data-driven decisions for improving your app. So number of downloads, as you can see here, but also ratings, reply to reviews. Yeah, besides analyzing the different reviews posted for your consumers in the different markets, our market specialist can also reply to them. We can measure sessions, active users, crashes, etc. Well, actually, it looks like a very simple Power BI report, right? But behind the scenes, trust me that there are multiple data engines and API integrations, such as App Store Connect, Google Play, Analytics, the crash reporting tool, etc. So, yeah, we're almost done. And before concluding, let me also share the fifth lesson that we have learned. Be your own customer. So besides measuring the platform adoption and retention and listening to our app teams to learn more about their struggles, it's key that we are users of our own product in order to measure how valuable it is. So that's the reason I'm still involved in the Nescafé Dolce Gusto app. And now I'm proud to have helped this app to publish 21 updates this year up to date. So, well, I'm afraid we are nearing to the end of this session. So let me recap the 5 lessons that we have learned and that have helped us to streamlining the mobile app development for 2,000 Nestlé brands. Number 1, we said customer obsession. Understand what our users struggle with and what tasks are preventing them to go faster. Number 2, it was convenience trumps everything. If we have accelerated time to market and reduced the cognitive load by integrating in a one-stop shop all mobile tools required for managing your app. We have removed the need of a stakeholder to access and learn to use 20 plus different tools. Number 3, operational excellence through intelligent automation. We have automated those repetitive and manual tasks that take us a lot of time. And the formula that we have followed is really simple. So if the duration of a manual task multiplied by the number of requests in a year is higher than the effort for automating it, go for it. Number 4, go full stack if needed, achieving the full verticalization of the operational structure, as external dependencies slow you down. And last but not least, number 5, be your own customer. Otherwise, you would be solving a problem that no one's cared about. Hope you like them. I would love to know what you think, and I hope they are relevant for you. Please write down any question that you might have, and I'll try to answer all. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the day.